Good morning and happy Sunday. It's May 20th. Barbara and the girls are headed down to Huntington Beach for Caitlin's graduation. They're going to spend the night. I wasn't able to go. I have to do some work today and go to work tomorrow. Just wanted to show you some of the succulents we've acquired over the years. This whole mountain here came from one patient here in Visalia near the St. Johns River. Came from two small clippings. One was for ground coverage and one was a succulent. And over the past 3 years, it's grown to take over that small little area of our backyard. This plumeria tree came from Auntie Pixie. This little plant here, I'll probably show you guys later. It has an awesome, beautiful flower. It's kind of like a thorny trunk. Patient in Clovis gave that to me this past year. This here is one of a few succulents we've used for graduation. We used it for this year for keikis and then for the senior graduation for Armona Union Academy. This here is a hibiscus. It came from Jeffrey's family. Jeffrey's mom, Carrie, helped us decorate quite a bit this past week for the 8th grade graduation, and she gave us a present because they know how much our family loves succulents. This one here, the hanging pot here, this one came from Three Rivers. It was a very small clipping. It was nowhere near this length. It was probably only like 6 inches long. Had this one here for probably about 1.5 years. This one here started off from another small little clipping. Came from a patient, I believe they lived in the Fresno area, and she loved this type of cactus, succulent type of a thing. This little pot here came from the girls. They got it for me for one of my birthdays. Here's another succulent that we acquired from this year's graduation. Mrs. Larson, Jeff's mom, made 8 of these for each one of the graduates. So this is actually Kiki's bucket, and her 7 other classmates, they each have one. Here's another one of the decorations that was used. They used both of these pots with the succulents in it. I kind of pulled out some of the leaves, and there were some broken branches, but you know, succulents, they grow back quickly. So here is a little bit more of our succulents. This is another pot we got a gift from the Larsons to say thank you to Mrs. Tabura for everything that she did this year. Yes, you did a great job, Barbara Ann. And this little aloe section here, if you look at this one little small piece right here, dead center, that's about the size of the piece I got from Travis Brakeman. His dad has a huge plant in the backyard. They gave me a piece that big here, and I planted it here, and it's grown to take, look at that whole area there. It's all from that exact same aloe. I never planted another section in that right here. This is I forgot the name of the tree. It came from Texas, but a patient, she had some seeds and she replanted some, and she wanted to share one with me. In return, I will trade a clipping from our plumeria. Some of these smaller ones are a little harder to see. This one here looks kind of like a tall pine tree. This one right there, that one came from a patient up in the Oakhurst area. I loved it. I never saw one like that before, and she shared. This little succulent middle screen here came from Barbara and the girls at camp. One year at SoCal, the girls bought me a small little succulent for my birthday, because my birthday was there at camp that year, and that's probably about 4 years old, and it's kind of just spread all over the place. Here's some more succulents that I got from Barbara and the girls. This pot they gave to me for my birthday, I think several years back. We put it here, and as you can see, it's pretty much taken over this one corner of our koi pond. That small little hookly succulent there in the pot, I actually recently transplanted that one there. Over time, some of the plants have kind of migrated down, maybe because of the gravity, so that one there actually came from Compassionate Care. They gave a whole bunch of smaller succulents to all the employees with a little awesome note that said, "Thank you for helping us grow." This jade plant here is another one from a patient. That one just came from 1 or 2 small samplings. That's been there for probably 2.5–3 years. They were very small when it first started off. That there also came from some patients. I think they were in the pot was a pot that I got from, I think, oh, you got it at a yard sale. But the plant came from someone who lived over in Porterville area. This is another succulent we got from a patient. Once again, all of these clippings are very, very small. Probably no longer than probably 6 to 8 inches long in length. I had like 2 or 3, so I stuck them in the pot several years back, and as you can see, it's grown to be that length. And a lady who lived over in the Hanford area, she had 2 different types. It looks a lot. If you look at this plant here, it looks like it's just one. But that one tall one in the middle coming out, it's one family species, I guess, of this one type of plant. And the other one are surrounding it. If you look real closely, it's slightly different. I don't know the 2 names. I'm not good with the names. I just like planting succulents because they're easy to maintain. And it makes things beautiful here for our koi pond. As you can see, here's our koi. They're getting nice and big. They're pretty slow going right now because I just fed them about 30 minutes ago. That's Hoku, the big one there. And that's Lina, the orange one. The white one is Melee. And some of the smaller ones we still have to give names to. Polo's in there someplace. Here's another succulent that came from a lady up in, I think she was up in the Coarse Gold area. And that was just taken as a clipping to place there. Here's our big raywood tree. For those that I worked with over at Hanford, this is the tree I planted several years ago. It's gargantuan now. I have an album on Facebook called, I think, Acquiring a Green Thumb, but this tree here is also known as Brother Ray. And then in this corner here, the last section of succulents. Wow, this aloe plant was a very small aloe plant. I actually had it in a pot for several years. Didn't know where I wanted to put it. It outgrew its pot. It was root ball was totally saturated, so replanted it. And here's some other, the same patient I got out in Coarse Gold, she gave me the rest of these ones here, the one that's kind of spread out, kind of sparse. And then the other one here in the back, it was probably a third its size when I planted it here. Don't know how long ago, but probably about 1.5 years ago or so. And it's growing pretty cool. So sorry if I bored you all, but I do enjoy spending time here in the backyard. So just wanted to share that with you. For those of you who've come to our house and have been on the swings before or have looked at the koi, you know our family spends a lot of time out here. Barbara likes to open up the windows in the morning while she's reading and studying. And here's the water fountain that the girls and I built about 2.5 years ago. It's still going strong. We've had some small leaks over the years to our koi pond, nothing major. It's been a growing process. And then I told Oha one day, when she wants to put a koi pond in, that Daddy will build a koi pond for her. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching the video. If you did, if you did not, it's okay. I get it, but aloha for now.